Have you ever stopped to think about how the sausages we eat so often are actually made? That seemingly simple food is the result of a complex, carefully calibrated industrial process designed to transform different kinds of meat into a tasty, long-lasting product with a uniform texture. Frankfurt-style sausages in particular have a long history and enormous popularity. Billions are consumed worldwide every year. Production starts from a highly efficient premise, making use of the meat trimmings that aren't destined for premium cuts. Instead of discarding the bits left over after fillets, ribs, or loins are removed, processors collect perfectly edible fragments that just don't have the right shape or size to sell whole. In this way, every animal is used to the fullest, waste is reduced, and tons of meat find a new purpose. The process begins with a careful selection of those trimmings. Meats from different sources, usually pork, beef, and chicken, are combined. No single cut is used. It's a balanced mix of fatty and lean scraps. This blend is weighed precisely and fed into a high-power grinder. Slightly frozen to keep it firm, the meat passes through a perforated metal plate with holes about 3 mm in diameter. That size allows an even mince without breaking the internal structure, making later steps easier. The ground meat that comes out of this first pass resembles hamburger mix, though finer and more homogeneous. Next, pre-processed chicken trimmings and a food-grade starch are added to thicken the mixture and give it a smoother texture. Then come seasonings and additives, carefully measured according to the recipe, which may vary slightly from region to suit local tastes. Typical seasonings include a classic mix of black pepper, sweet or hot paprika, nutmeg, garlic powder, and salt. Sodium nitrate or sodium nitrite is also added. This preservative does several jobs at once. It inhibits the growth of dangerous bacteria, extends shelf life, stabilizes the characteristic pink color, and lends the faintly cured flavor many of us recognize at first bite. Everything is blended in large industrial vessels whose paddles turn slowly to ensure the ingredients are integrated without damaging the meat structure. During this phase, fresh water is added to dissolve the spices more thoroughly and boost juiciness in the final product. Some recipes also call for a small amount of neutral flavored corn syrup to add a touch of sweetness, balance saltiness, and improve texture. Computer-controlled systems adjust revolutions, time, and temperature so the mixture is agitated precisely for several minutes, achieving a perfectly uniform consistency. The resulting dough must maintain a stable density. Any variation could affect the sausage's appearance, flavor, or firmness. Once the blend is ready, it undergoes a quality inspection with sensors and specific tests to detect unwanted particles, potential contaminants, or density irregularities. Only when the mixture meets every established parameter does it move to a machine that turns it into an even finer emulsion and removes any trapped air bubbles. Air could cause imperfections during cooking and compromise the seal of the sausage. The emulsion is then loaded into casings made from bovine collagen. Edible yet strong and flexible, these casings withstand cooking and smoking without breaking. A filling machine injects the meat emulsion and twists the casing every few centimeters, usually about 13, to create links of identical size and weight. This mechanical twisting happens at an astonishing speed. In less than a minute, the machine can produce a string long enough to stretch twice the length of a football field. Each individual sausage weighs roughly 46 grams, and the automation is so precise that every link is identical. Freshly formed chains hang from a special conveyor that prevents them from losing their shape. Several strings are grouped into longer units and set onto mobile rods, aligning every twist perfectly for the next stages. These loaded rods enter a multi-phase thermal treatment chamber. First comes fermentation. Humidity and internal temperature are gradually raised to about 25 degrees Celsius. For roughly 14 hours, the mix undergoes a chemical change that increases its natural acidity, helping to prevent harmful bacteria and developing a deeper, slightly tangy flavor. This controlled fermentation is crucial for product safety. After fermentation, smoking and cooking begin. A smoke generator burns fine chips of maple or beech, sending hot smoke into the chamber where the sausages hang. For an hour and a half, the warm smoke slowly envelops the strings, cooking the meat internally while imparting that traditional smoky aroma. The temperature stays around 70 degrees Celsius, ideal for thorough cooking without drying out or cracking the casing. When cooking ends, the sausages are immediately plunged into cold salted water. This rapid chill stops the cooking, stabilizes the internal structure, and drops the temperature below 6 degrees Celsius, the range in which they keep best. After the cold bath, the sausages already have their final color, fixed shape, and fully developed flavor. Next comes peeling, if a non-edible casing was used. The sausages enter a peeler that performs two actions simultaneously. A blade makes a longitudinal cut, and a jet of compressed air blows the casing off without damaging the interior. This machine can peel hundreds of sausages per minute, while a human operator visually checks the result, discarding any links with defects, deformations, or bits of casing left behind. After this final quality check, the sausages line up on a belt that carries them to the packaging area. There, they're placed in plastic trays arranged by weight and count. The trays go into a vacuum sealing machine that removes air and closes them hermetically with a clear protective film. This seal ensures the sausages can be stored longer without losing freshness or altering flavor. Once sealed, the trays are precisely separated by an automatic blade and stacked into boxes for distribution. From this plant, which can turn out more than 300,000 sausages every hour, products leave in refrigerated trucks bound for supermarkets, shops, and restaurants nationwide. That's nearly 2.5 million sausages a day, a figure that speaks for itself about both efficiency and demand. Though sausages are a tasty, popular food, frequent consumption can have negative health effects. As an ultra-processed product, they contain ingredients that, in excess and over time, may raise the risk of certain diseases. Ideally, they should be eaten occasionally, alongside a balanced diet rich in fresh, natural, and varied foods. Understanding how these products are made helps us make more conscious, responsible choices about what we put on our plates. So, the next time you grill a hot dog or set out sausages for a snack board, think about everything behind that product in your hands. It's not just meat in a casing, it's the result of a meticulous, technically refined process honed through years of experience, transforming what used to be scraps into something tasty, convenient, and part of many culinary traditions around the world.